Welcome to the first episode here on the Pebles Infinity podcast. Today we had the pleasure of talking to our very good friend who has been featured on this channel, Anthony from the Knights of Horror. In total, Anthony and I spoke for about 4 hours. 2 of those hours were on his podcast, Shoot the Shit. Listen to that wherever you get your podcast, or check it out on the Knights of Horror YouTube channel. On this episode, we talked about his misfits, aka his crew, and what they mean to him and how much they've helped in the channel. The challenges COVID brought in a year without many haunts. The meaning behind all his tattoos. And we discussed a little bit on the topic of video games and movies, including the Resident Evil series and the Five Nights at Freddy's. So all this and more coming up now.
Ace ciders. Ace, have you tried Ace the cider? Specifically the pineapple one.
This does not sound familiar.
So they're like gluten-free vegan beers or ciders, and they're called Ace. And yeah, they're fucking delicious. My cousin got me hooked on under COVID, and I was like, "This is great."
You need something to wake you up.
Yeah. So like it was the pineapple one. I was like, the pineapple one would be so good with a Dole Whip float at Disneyland. Because it's like a pineapple cider, and imagine adding that just with the ice cream. So it's like that's your juice, it's the cider, and then the ice cream is kind of like spiked too.
Well, Disney's selling alcohol now, so they might.
I know, dude. Like they're gonna open a Haunted Mansion bar from what I heard now, or is that not gonna be in California? I think that might be.
No, that's on the Disney cruise.
Is that the cruise? Or I thought that was gonna be. Because it was like a room. I thought it was gonna. They're building a Haunted Mansion gift shop, I think.
Yes, that's
right next to the Haunted Mansion, right?
Yeah,
like where that corner was for the Splash Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
That should be cool, finally.
Yeah.
Good, decent gift out of fucking 60 years with it being in the goddamn
Well, it used
park.
to be part of the Pirates, too, for whatever fucking reason.
Oh, yeah, it's because it was in New Orleans. It was like the Pirates section, and then you crossed, and it was like Haunted Mansion and shit. I'm just like, why is this all the way down the street?
Yeah, exactly. Like, too far. I'm like,
this don't make sense, yeah. I wonder what they're going to do with that corner store then, expand it with more pirate stuff, maybe? Because I assume they're going to transfer all that stuff in that store over to the thing and then maybe add some extra. I don't know how big it's going to be, though.
Yeah, it can't be that big, I think. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to add a Tiana thing where the hair shit used to be.
See,
like the hat?
These are my favorite intros to podcasts, when people just start talking. Like, no intros, nothing.
Intros,
like, eventually we'll get to an intro, but, like, we'll just start. It's just a casual start, you know what I mean? Like, these are the best to me in podcasts. Like, that's what I love. It's like a conversation just starting.
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, we had a conversation starting for like 2 hours already.
That's true. We've been going. We just
even
continue.
more
This is part 2. I'm gonna advertise that too. If you want to see part 2 of our conversation, go over to Fausto's channel.
Or more like part 1. Well, it depends on where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, if
you're coming from the Knights of Horror, then it's part 2.
If you discovered this before the Shoot the Shit episode, then this is your part 1. And if you want to see your part 2 and hear Fausto's story of how he came back, then you can go watch Shoot the Shit.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because hopefully this one will focus more on you and your journey on 4 years. So let's begin this a little properly. Let me put on my headphones.
Oh, headphones need to go on now.
Make it sound a little official.
We had a good little pre-talk. There's your cold open.
I don't know, something about talking with the headphones I like.
Oh yeah, because you can hear
crystal clear.
Not only that, you can, and you know this because I'm like this with my stuff. You want to make sure. My cousin has always told me, because my cousin's in the film business.
Okay.
He did Reno 911 for a long time.
Oh.
And then he did Bones for a long time.
My wife is literally watching that right now.
Yeah, he was the sound guy in Bones. So like every time you watch Bones, think of that sound of how good it is. My cousin was probably booming it. So he did Bones for a little bit, and then right now, or the last thing I remember he was doing was Blackish on ABC.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty popular one.
I don't know if they're still on the air. Are they still on the air?
I have no idea, but I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, so he was doing that last. That's what happens after, because Bones ended, and then he came back.
For years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and then after Bones, he signed on to do Blackish, and they gave him a pretty good signing bonus at Disney, because that's Disney. I think it's on ABC. So they gave him a pretty good signing bonus for that. So that was cool. But he always told me something, because I actually was fortunate enough right after high school around 2017. I think it was either a little bit before I started the channel or maybe during when I started the channel. Mm-hmm. But we were I was very interested in the business aspect of things.
You actually were part of a film set, right?
Yeah, so his buddy was filming a short film. I guess it's out now. I've seen the trailer. I haven't seen the movie yet. I want to see the movie because I do have an IMDb page, and that's the only film that I'm credited for. As sound.
More than a lot of us.
Hey, but I made it, bro. Like I'm on IMDb, you know, like that's cool. And I think he set that up for me, and like he did that for me. So that was
tight.
If my cousin did that, I've been trying to reconnect with him. I just haven't found the time. I don't know what his schedule's like right now, especially with strikes just ending. So now he's back working again. Probably.
You should have done it before the strike.
I know, but I don't know. Again.
If he could have been striking.
Yeah, he probably was because, everyone was shut down at that point. There was nothing, production, anything going. Hollywood was just closed for a little bit.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening, or what I should have done is hit him up just to hang out and stuff. But, yeah, we did that movie. It was like we did 2 weekends, man. It was Saturday, Sunday. It was early fucking mornings, late fucking nights. It's exactly everything I ever pictured it to be.
Those 18-hour shooting days and
like dead ass. I'm not even lying. We got there. Our call time was like 9 a.m., bro, 10 a.m. or something. Because all we were the first ones set up with everything. Like we had a little
audio and video, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, we were just audio. That's all we were doing. He's got a whole fucking rig set up, dude. My cousin's a genius. He's got this cart that he made, and he's got his little mixer on it, and he's got all the fucking microphones that he tapes on. He was teaching me like how to boom. He was teaching me all these things, dude. And like I remember a lot of it, but like I would have to get a tutorial because it's been so long that I haven't done it. And I think that's what got me more and more into like the podcasting game and audio and all that. Like I was in sound when McCloy was there at John Glenn, the school we went to for drama.
Oh, well, he's not there anymore.
He's not there no more. I don't know. He's at his school, I think, in the LA Unified School District, but I heard he's doing great over there. So I'm happy
John Glenn was great when he was there.
Oh, 100%.
We won like nationals or something.
100%. He would take us to the Thespian Festival every year. They would win state. They would go to nationals. They would win some awards at nationals. Like what he did with that program was amazing. And I got involved in my sophomore year. The year after you graduated, because you were 2012, 2013, right?
Yes.
That was your graduating year. And that was my freshman year. So then my sophomore year, my stepsister came in as a freshman, and she joined drama, and then that kind of gave me the confidence to join as well.
Sammy was in drama.
Sammy was in drama. He was also in band, too. That guy was fucking involved with everything in high school.
Yeah.
But me and him, that's how we met. That's how we originally met in 2013, 14. It was 13, I think we met. And did you ever hear the story of how we met?
I actually did want to ask that.
It's the funniest fucking story how we ever met, dude. I'm in there, mind you, at the time, I'm kind of like shy and stuff, but I have a few friends that are in there. So I'm hanging out with my friends and shit. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends was singing, I believe, I want to say, and he's going to fucking hate me for this because I know he knows it, but I want to say we were either singing Little Mermaid or Aladdin. I want to say it was Aladdin, though. I think it was Aladdin. The scene where they're both on the carpet, the main song. What is it?
A Whole New World?
A Whole New, yeah. No. It was Little Mermaid, I think.
Under the Sea?
No, not Under the Sea.
Part of Your World?
Part
of Your World.
No, it was Aladdin. I'm sorry. I keep getting confused. It was Aladdin. I can confirm that. It was A Whole New World. Me and him were singing A Whole New World, and we started. So, like, I was singing.
Well, A Whole New World, Part of Your World is like.
Yeah, it's the world.
It blends in, yeah.
It's all in that fucking shit. But what was funny is I was singing that with my friend, and I don't know why we're singing. I think at the time we were going to Disneyland a lot, and we'd go watch the show at Disneyland, and so the music gets stuck in your fucking head.
Yeah.
And I'm in there singing, and out of nowhere, fucking Sammy just joined in and started singing it with me. And right then and there, dude, me and him clicked.
Did we just become best friends?
No, it's exactly the moment I had right there with him. I was like, I think we just became best fucking friends. So I got to know Sammy a little bit more through drama. We got to know each other's likes, interests, and stuff.
And he was never into horror. That's the surprising part, that he has lasted with you as long as he has.
Yeah.
And you've influenced him. Yeah. To now be a huge horror.
He is a huge horror fan. I mean, he was the one that told me to watch the House of the Fall of Usher. But we're both big Mike Flanagan fans, so it's like we loved Haunting a Hill House. We loved all those Netflix shit. And he was like, you need to watch the House of the Fall of Usher. I'm like, damn, I'm proud of you. You watched that shit before I did. But no, I am super blessed that he came in my life when he did. 2013 we met. We did. I believe he graduated. Did he graduate the same year as you? No, the year after. I think.
Yeah,
he was 14. I think.
Yeah, because he was there a lot long. Because I remember I saw him a lot in drama.
He might have been 14.
I think 14.
14, 15. I think he was 15.
Oh,
maybe, I don't know. No, you're right. I think he was 14.
I think it was 14.
I think it was 14.
Because I knew his sister, Celine.
Yeah.
She graduated the same year.
She got married too, by the way.
Yeah.
So
seen that.
They have a house out in Arizona, dude. It's a nice house. Him, his sister, and his
brother-in-law.
His brother-in-law. They all rent a house together. It's a nice house. So
I've always known them to be tight.
Oh, they're amazing people, especially when Sammy was going through his surgery, and she didn't have to do this at all, either one of them. But I'm glad they did. They kept me updated about him, his mom, and his sister were texting me.
Oh, that's so lovely.
His mom was texting me through his number because she had his phone. She was watching it and everything, and she was texting me through her stuff, and they were letting me know, yeah, he's in surgery right now. He's doing okay. Like.
That's so nice of them.
They didn't have to do that at all.
They see you close then, huh?
Oh, Sammy, I consider Sammy to me like a brother.
Yeah.
Like Sammy and I do. When Sammy's here in town, like when he lived here, we would do shit every weekend. We're always together. When he's in town, dude, we always get together. We always link up. Sammy's my ride or die. Yeah. I've been.
You could tell.
Dude, I've been at the lowest of low in life, and he was there for me. When I needed him the most.
And he's always so positive. And
he is. He's
so uplifting.
100%.
Willing to do anything.
Yeah, he is what I say that he's the comedic relief of the Nights of Horror. Big time.
Yeah.
I try to be funny, but I'm not nearly as successful as he is. He
just a natural drama.
He literally can just come up with jokes on the spot, dude. Once you get him going, bro, he don't stop, and he's a little wild when he gets going, but it's hilarious. He'll just drop some stuff on you. You're like, what? Where
did this come from?
Yeah, because
it is hilarious. Through him that I found you.
Yeah.
Because I remember he posted like an Instagram or Facebook, hey guys, check out this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be a part of. I go, I'll support Sammy.
Yeah. And you know what? Like you said, he came into this not being a horror fan. So I didn't know how long this was going to last. At the time,
because you had gone like 2 hosts, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. Originally, the channel was me and my cousin. But then I was doing a lot of solo videos by myself. And my cousin would only come on and do the podcast with me. Mm-hmm. And that was early Mindless Horror Podcast when we would just do news. Like, we wouldn't have guests or anything like we do now.
Yeah.
And then my cousin eventually just kind of grew out of the podcast thing and just wanted to focus more on writing. Okay. And me and him started writing a comic book. But then eventually I kind of dropped off of that after writing. We did a lot.
You sign up for a lot of stuff too, huh?
Yeah, fuck, dude. I sometimes drive myself crazy with how much I'm involved with and how much I know. And it's just like, it's fucking like I wish... I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I'm here, because I'm just like, this is like right now. This is like, it's fun talking about things rather than
working on
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of those things where what were we talking
about? Sammy and he's positive.
Oh yeah, he's just. I mean, it's funny. He doesn't. A lot of people when we're out in public together, like at an event or something, they always talk to me more than him, right? And we have this ongoing joke that, they don't know Ant-Man. That scene in Endgame where
the Hulk and
Ant-Man, and like I'm always supposed to be the Hulk and he's supposed to be the Ant-Man. He's like, it's fine, they don't know Ant-Man and stuff. So we always have that ongoing joke. Same thing with Rob. But Rob is starting to become the fucking Hulk, and I'm the Ant-Man in that situation. He goes all the time.
Rob's everywhere.
No, he's
with
everywhere.
You
no, yeah.
and with
Scott from Exploring Attractions. Yeah, he is everywhere, and I'm so proud of Rob.
His own stuff was
with the Howling Hour and
his
photography and everything.
The movie, I know the name. The movie podcast he does.
On the fence movie reviews.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm so proud of Rob. I mean, we were introduced to Rob in 2019 at Not Scary Farm, because we had the passes. We would go every single week, and Rob had been a fan of us for some time, and he asked that night, one of the nights he came, because he makes it a tradition around the time of his birthday to go, and they do the buffet, and he gets front of the line, and his wife goes. It's a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So they do that every year at Not Scary Farm. And he was there that night, and he was filming, and we were sitting in our bench and everything, and he DM'd us. He's like, hey, I'm coming tonight. Love to take a picture with you guys. That's cool. I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I texted him where we were, and then he found us, and we took a picture with him. I think I have the picture still. It's so like you can tell it's 2019. Like everyone looks different. Like Rob looks different. Everything. So we kept in contact. You know, me, and Rob. Like we would DM each other. Like he'd talk about the videos and stuff. We'd keep in contact and stuff. And then I finally discovered his stuff of what he does and stuff, and that he's been a fan.
It's kind of full circle where it seems like, at least, that it's full circle with how you and TLV.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
yeah,
he is you.
Yeah, yeah, I never thought about it that way. That's true, yeah. Because the TLV thing, it still blows my mind to this day. Me and my cousin were fans of them. We were looking for HHN stuff to watch, and they were making the content at the time.
Yeah.
The market wasn't nearly as flooded as it is today. But I like the challenge in that sense because it makes me want to up my game and do something different than what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
I remember one announcement for 2021 when they came back for Horror Nights and they announced something. We did a whole fucking skit for our
Wasn't
video.
Sam like Paul Heyman, or was that
no,
a
we did
thing? No,
we did like a whatchamacallit. Sorry, my phone's fucking vibrating. It's probably my girlfriend.
Yeah, probably Hayes.
But no, we did like a whole skit.
How dare you not talk to me for 2 hours? I was worried sick about you.
No, I forgot to. I was sending a message to her, and I never fucking finished sending the message, and she just sent me another message. She's going to bed, and the way she sent it, I'm like, I think she's mad at me.
Oh, no.
But anyway, let me just send this message real quick before she gets mad at me. Because,
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but
we always call her into the podcast.
I know. They're like, hey, babe, you're on the podcast right now. I don't know if you want to. I know you're maybe mad at me. I'm sorry.
Forgive me.
But no, I would say that yeah, with Rob, you know, it was around COVID. I had went through some stuff, and he was there. He was also someone who reached out, you know, and you know, he was very, very positive, very cool and stuff. So when we took the time off after some time, I think we took about like 3 months off, and we came back. And at the time, I was in between how I wanted to go and how I was going to do Nights of Horror during COVID, because that was the biggest challenge as to how are we going to keep content flowing.
That's where I was low-key happy I had gone in my hiatus.
Yeah.
Where I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, and that was, I think, a tough one because we didn't know whether or not haunt season was going to happen. It was so much up in the air. We were hoping that it was going to happen. We were hoping we were going to find ways around it. We were going to find like a vaccine, something. You know, and it was one of those things where eventually when it got to close to the point, they were like, yeah, it's not going to happen this year. Like that was, I kind of look back at those videos. Those were some hard videos to watch. Like kind of looking at it because it's like something that we do all the goddamn time, which is hit haunts, do all this and everything. And
it's the season you look forward to.
Yeah. And it was such a hard season that year. Like there was literally like you had the Taste of Halloween, which I think was the best and biggest Halloween event going on right there. Well, that was when Knott's was doing all their tasting events.
Yeah, I remember I went to the Christmas one.
Yeah, we did the I think I did the Christmas one too, but we did the Halloween one. That was a lot of fun. But it was just hard. Like we had to figure out what. So anyway, back to Rob. Anyway, I'm sorry. I drove off anyway. But anyway, yeah, that was a depressing team. But anyway, so I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with Nights of Horror. I wanted to expand the team. I wanted to kind of.
And you've grown so much.
Yeah, we've had members come and go. I know. That's kind of an ongoing joke here.
But at the core, it's still.
At the core, it's always going to be me and Sammy.
Yeah.
Like that's never going to change. Like I don't want that to change.
And even though he's so far away from you,
we still make it work.
It still works.
We still make it work.
And it's crazy.
Yeah, and that was what scared me when he first said he was going to move away was, oh, fuck, how the fuck am I going to continue this? Like, I need him. Yeah. Like, you know? And I know, like, I knew we can make it work through Zoom because that's how we were doing a lot of COVID stuff, you know, through Zoom. But, like, it just worried me in the sense that, like, I don't know.
I know. I was fortunate enough to never do a Zoom call. That's why when you asked me yesterday, do you want to do Zoom? I go, I want to keep my record alive.
Yeah, it's just became one of those things where out
of necessity.
Yeah, so we figured it out, and we still make it work. It's kind of hard now with our schedules for work. He works days, I work nights, so like we're up in the middle of the night right now, and he's probably asleep right now.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And not to mention the time change now. He's an hour away. I'm an hour, difference now. Yeah. So it's like, it kind of sucks with that end. But yeah, we finally, so back to Rob again. I'm sorry. I need to finish this story. It comes down to the solution where we're talking to Rob a lot. He's everything and he's cool and all that. And so I finally, I talked to Sammy about this. I'm like, hey, I want to bring Rob on the team. Like, I think he can show an interesting perspective on things. And, I like what he does. And he's like, okay, let's give it a shot. Mm-hmm. So I talked to Rob. I'm like, hey, dude, I'd love for you to be part of the team, and help out. Like, you're really cool and we like what you do and we'd love to see what you can go further with. Yeah. And I just remember him being stoked about it. Like, he was excited. He was like fanboying a little bit, but like, it was cool, mm-hmm. We liked what Rob brought to the table, and he's another comedic relief for the channel, but he's also just super fucking talented what he can do behind the camera. Yeah. Like, I and
Scott have definitely showed him a lot, I feel like.
I feel like
and he picks it up.
No, he picks up. I can't even take any credit for what he knows. Like, I feel like I want to learn from him now, because he's gotten so good with his camera, both filming and now photography.
I know when he posted it on Instagram, I see a lot of Scott in there.
Yeah, Scott, I would say Scott more so influenced him on the photography side of things. Same with a lot of the Orlando guys that we know. Like Zombie Chris, and Eddie Tainment, Lost TV, all them.
The Boo Bros.
The Boo Bros, yeah. But, I think it was, Scott and probably Zombie Chris and a lot of, he just really took a deep dive into photography, and he's been just fucking killing it now. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it was a no-brainer. Like, he was there. Like, he was it.
Someone that thirsty to come in.
Like, yeah, he was, and he's always down. Like, if I tell him, like, hey, dude, like, you went here and, like, I want to put this footage on the channel. Like, you think it's cool? And, like, he'll send me videos and shit. And I credit him, and I leave links for him and everything. And, we have a good arrangement. Like, and I know, and I straight up tell him, like, hey, dude, whatever you film for me, like, feel free to put it on your channel too, because I'd want you to get some views. Like, yeah, I want him to succeed. I want him to grow. Like, and he is growing, like, little by little, like in the photo community and even on YouTube. I think he just hit 600 subscribers recently. So, he's almost.
I remember when you were there, like,
yeah. And that's why, like, I mean, I've met so many people who've asked me to come on when they've were like at like fucking 10 subscribers. Yeah. I my friends over at the Omni Adventures, when they were coming up, like, they asked me to be on the show, and I did it. I like doing this kind of things, because when I was coming up, this is how I would want to be introduced into it. Like, yeah. I love doing collaborations. I love, getting two minds together and just doing something, or just talking with somebody. Like, it's fucking amazing. Like, there's so much creativeness that can come out of it. So, yeah. You have a bottle opener, by the way?
Twisties.
Oh, they're Twisties. No shit. Awesome. Well, cheers.
Cheers, sir.
To the first episode. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's why I like these. It's more on the sweet.
Sweet side, yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about off camera, or unless it was earlier in the podcast, I don't even remember. It all blended in. But we're not really alcoholics.
No. I don't know if I should say on camera. I don't know who's watching, but yeah, I'm not really too much of an alcoholic. I'm more of a social drinker.
When my friends come over, this is the most I drink.
Really?
Yeah, that or soju.
Yeah, like, I think the 2 drinks that you gave me tonight is probably the most I've had in about a while. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I had a few drinks. I mean, even when I go to Vegas, I don't drink too much, like you would think, and that's where you're supposed to get fucked up. Like,
I feel like it's overrated.
I feel it. Yeah, I found. I'm not much of a gambler. I'm starting to become a little bit of a gambler, but I only I'm a smart,
when you're on YouTube, you gambled.
I'm a smart gambler, if that makes sense.
Oh, you're willing to know when to get out.
I know when to get out.
That's good.
But I only typically gamble on one machine in Vegas that I found that I liked. And that's the Frankenstein machine that I found.
Oh, how badass.
Now, we haven't talked to each other in a while, and I know you've probably been seeing my stuff on Instagram and whatnot, but I got the tattoos.
Yeah.
There's the tattoos in person, so you can finally see them.
That's so
for the
cool.
audience. I have the monster and the bride. And then I just recently
and the bride, it was
That
newer,
one's,
right?
This
That's
one,
newer.
I got this one this year. As you could tell, it kind of looks like it needs to be touched up. So I need to go back in and do some touch-ups on that. I just got this one on Sunday.
And then your girl has the pumpkin, right?
She has the other piece, which is like, but it looks like it's doing a terrible job of healing. So when I get home, I got to do some moisturizing. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to get some tattoos on my 30th birthday.
Yeah?
Yeah, my sister-in-law said if I don't have any by 30, she'll pay for it.
No fucking
So I'm just waiting till 30.
All right. Do you already know what you want?
I've always wanted, not a full sleeve, but like a sleeve of like the heroes and the villains.
That'd be badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really go into it really planning on what I should get on per arm. So it's kind of just making it up as I go.
But I have more on this arm than
yeah, currently I noticed that. I was like, I got 5 on my left arm and only 2 on my right. The other one's fucking my Misfits one. That's all the way up on my fucking arm. And then I got my Punisher one. But these were my first tattoos right here.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
and then the last I spoke of you is when you got the Frankenstein.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, I got that.
Or the Misfits. I don't remember.
It might have been the Misfits.
It might have been the Misfits.
Because I got the Frankenstein one last year.
Oh, then yeah. No, it was the Misfits for sure.
And then, so my cousin did.
What is that one?
So this is a quote from a song from a band called The Interrupters. It says, "We don't have much, but we got each other." Okay. The song's called "Got Each Other," and that quote like spoke words to me. Like I've been in the lowest of low situations, and when you think you don't have a lot, you have family, you have people that are always there for you. So I was like, yeah, I want that on my body. Always remind me. Yeah. The next piece I want to get, we're gonna try to go for next year, is I'm gonna get the original Wolfman right here.
I heard the Wolfman and the Invisible Man you want, right?
Invisible Man, yeah. I mean, I'm between that or if I want to go for Dracula right after the Wolfman to kind of get the classics out of the way. I got to find a decent one of Invisible Man. That's going to be a little bit harder to do. But I think if done right, you can do it. But you know why I'm getting the Wolfman right here?
Your wolf logo?
No, just because the Wolfman, well, I'm getting the original 1930s Wolfman. But I figure when the hair grows back, it will look realistic. So
that is fucking great.
So it'll be a 3D fucking tattoo. You can actually feel. Be like, yeah, you can actually feel the Wolfman. So
that's funny.
Hey man, this hair grew back, so I have faith. It looks dope. He said it's gonna be a lot of detail though. It's gonna take a while, so we'll see what happens.
I'll cut out the hair grain.
Yeah, so for this tattoo, and my Misfits tattoo, my cousin did them, and he kind of gave me a really good deal. Like I would just buy him like tattoo supplies and shit, like whatever he needed, needles. At the time, he was tattooing other people as a business, so I would buy him supplies, ink, needles, whatever he needed. And then I think we didn't talk for a while. I still kind of like if I see him, I say hi and stuff. And I rarely see him, but I think he stopped like tattooing for a bit. I don't know if he's doing it anymore or not. So then I was like, well, fuck, I want to get more tattoos. And the one that was on my mind for the longest, the next one after my Misfits one that I got was my Frankenstein one. That was the one I wanted so bad next. And I was like, okay, I need to find a fucking tattoo artist that can do this really well. Because I want someone that can do good quality and fucking...
Not fuck up.
Yeah, not fuck up pretty much. And so I was looking and looking and looking. And then finally my mom's friend came up to me and was telling me about this guy that she went to that she got. So she showed me the tattoo and it looked really fucking good. It was a portrait. And so I went down and I messaged him on Instagram and I was like, hey, dude, I'm looking to get this tattoo on my arm. Like, I heard my mom's friend recommended you. She said you do really good work. And seeing your page, I'm very impressed with the work you do. I was wondering how much it'd cost. So he kind of gave me a quote, and he's pretty good about things. He requires like $100 down payment as like a security deposit.
Makes sense, yeah.
In case like you cancel very last minute, then he kind of has that security deposit. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then when you get there and you kind of get an idea of what you want and what it's going to be and how much detail he puts in, he'll kind of tell you a price. For both my bride and my Frankenstein tattoo, I paid $400 each.
That is not bad.
Yeah, and that's why I've kind of been waiting like a year by year thing is because I kind of wait. That way I'm like, okay, I'm not going to just drop $800 like that. You know, I'm going to space it out.
Yeah.
For this one, it was only $100. And then it cost my girlfriend $200 for hers because she got a little bit more detail. So yeah, that.
So why was the Frankenstein the one you went with?
I've always really related and thought the story of Frankenstein was tragic. Someone who was judged because he didn't look the same as everyone else. He didn't act the same as everyone else, but someone who just wanted friends. Mm-hmm. And I think at one point in my life, I had felt like that. And I think at one point in everyone's life, they felt like that, and just kind of feeling misplaced in a place you don't belong.
Yeah.
And to kind of see that whole tragedy of him not really wanting to be a monster. He was trying to like play and stuff, but his actions caused consequences of a little girl dying and a whole flash mob and everything. And, it's just kind of like society deemed him a monster for what? Trying to do what's right, but he doesn't know to do what's right. I don't think he asked to be a monster, but he's a monster. He didn't ask for this life, but
it's the one he got.
It's the one he got, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. And so I've always liked the monster behind that aspect of like the deeper meaning behind it, at least what I think it means, as far as like just never fitting into somewhere. And then finally, when I started Nights of Horror and when I really started going to haunts and everything, that's when I finally realized where I fit in. And so Frankenstein being related to horror, the first horror tattoo I was going to get was him. Because one, that's one of my favorite all-time, not just horror movies, but just movies in general. The original Frankenstein is just a masterpiece. It really opened the genre of horror up in the 1930s with Universal and stuff, and I love the history of that and everything, so that was cool. But, it's just the meaning behind it. It's fucking interesting.
Yeah, I would have thought you would have gotten a Killer Clowns.
I want to. I just don't know what clown I want to get on me. That's the hard part. Like, trust me, I've literally have been thinking about it for years. Like, oh, dude, I want a Killer Clowns one, but I don't know what I should get. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of clowns that I really like for their styles or something. Maybe I should get like a thing of like 3 clowns or something, like my 3 favorite, like just their heads or something.
Like the pizza box there.
Yeah, like that could be cool. And
the gun or cotton candy.
And my artist can do it. I know he can. He's a very fucking talented. His name's Adrian. He's got
how much detail he got into it.
Well, yeah, he's great, dude. And then like he even adds in like the white, so like you see the shine in her eyes and everything. And it's it's fucking insane of how good he is about that. And like even with the knife, dude, like he even added the white in, so it looks like it's got like a shine to it. And then he added like the dark for like the shadows and stuff. So it's like a whole thing, dude. Like, yeah, it's
very
really
talented.
I gotta probably not only get this touched up, but when it's time after it's done healing, but I want to add to it now since my girlfriend had added a lot of really good detail to her. I kind of was like, well, that kind of sucks.
It simple.
Mine's simple, so I should just I want to eventually maybe add some like pumpkin guts falling in the background right there, so it looks pretty cool.
Because it looks like on hers, it's like an eye cut out and the nose cut out, right?
Hers is the eye, and I think the mouth, and then the nose and the other eye are just dotted, like they're about to get cut out. And that was the thing when we were trying to figure out the design for this couple's tattoo was like, okay, how are we going to do this? Like, okay, we know we want the face. And so like the guy, Adrian was trying to explain it to us and we just weren't understanding. And then finally I'm like, oh, I get what you're saying. If we were to just put the face already pre-cut out, the tattoo would make no sense. I was like, what you're saying is we'll still have the face on there, but one eye will be missing, the mouth will be missing, and then the nose and the other eye will be dotted as like you're going to get ready to cut it out.
Oh, okay. I did not interpret it.
And so I think I got some pictures. I do have.
Yeah,
because
I saw the story you posted.
Yeah, I have the side by side pictures.
And
so yeah. So you see how like it's dotted and everything.
Yeah, to me, I thought it was already cut. Like that's what.
Yeah, the piece I have I cut out.
Yeah,
so now,
I
like
see
it's
it
like
now.
it's like I'm working on the pumpkin pretty much.
I see it now.
She got down on that. She actually she created that whole design. Like she didn't draw it, but she like got a bunch of pictures and kind of just rearranged everything and made it her design.
Okay.
Like she got a lot of good ones, and then like she wasn't originally. It was just gonna be the flower with the pumpkin, and then she added the bats and stuff in, and I thought that was a really good touch. So yeah, I'm thinking about like maybe if later down the line I want to add to it, maybe add some pumpkin guts hanging from it. That way it kind of looks like a little more
a broken bat wing.
Yeah, bro. There you go.
Fucking Ozzy Osbourne was
fucking biting off the head.
Biting
of the
head.
It's fucking nuts, man. But yeah, no, it's Yeah, that was a good day. That was on Sunday. We were there. We got there at a 6:00 appointment. We didn't show up till almost 7.
I'm surprised it took you in.
No, he was cool because we were his last one for the day. So
okay.
He was cool. We got out of there around like 10:30. No, like 11:30.
Well, for 2.
Yeah, but
plus her details, like.
Yeah, so for me, mine was only like an hour.
I figured as well.
That shit hurt like a motherfucker, though.
Oh, really?
It's all bone right here, dude. Where I got it, it's all bone, so it's like it fucking hurt. But I think it was probably the worst painful tattoo I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Actually, that and Bride, because Bride almost went to my elbow a little bit. It actually does hit my, like, right there.
Oh, shit.
So that kind of hurt a little bit. Like, that area hurt a lot.
Like, what the fuck?
He kind of hurt a little bit because he put a lot more detail in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, this one wasn't too bad.
No, I was like, do I have the Franklin? Yeah, I do.
You do. I saw that art piece. It's a nice one. I like that a lot.
I did a lot of Spirit Halloween shopping this year.
Dude, I finally bought the fucking Spirit Halloween Beetlejuice sign.
I seen that.
I finally fucking pulled the trigger, and I was like, I've been wanting this for a while. Now it's just sitting there. I have to find a place to, like, hang it up really well. I might even put it in my room for, like, a nightlight. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean.
It's fucking dope. I mean, I've been sleeping with my LED lights again. Like, I like to sleep in the dark. It's great. But, like, since I've been with my girlfriend, she likes to sleep with the TV on at night.
Okay.
I know a lot of people do that nowadays. I have always looked at it as a waste of electricity.
Yes.
but
we are practical men.
But yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of people do it now. And now, so, like, for me now, it's like I catch myself doing it at home when I'm not at her house, you know? And so, like, last night I think I put on fucking Parks and Recreation.
Wow,
I was
great
sleeping.
show.
Yeah. And I bought it all on Vudu because I bought the whole series. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking put this on and just let it play. So then I let that play. And then fucking when we're at her house, we'll watch whatever. When I first started staying over, we were watching Tanked. I don't know if you've ever heard of that show.
The fish tank one, they go over and
they build
extravagant,
the wildest fish tanks. So we would watch that for the longest. And then it was... forgot what else we would watch. I mean, we'd watch. It was like she put on like Gilmore Girls or like 911 or fucking like all these other like drama shows and shit. I'd just be waking up like, then we were watching Supernatural for a long time. And like finally I was like, for me, like Tanked and Supernatural were like the two shows I was like, okay, like if I wake up early enough, like I could just sit here and watch these for a little bit. And like Supernatural was fun because it was like I've already seen the show like many times already, but like to go back and rewatch some episodes that I really like.
So it's great.
Like it'd be funny because I'd wake up and fucking like I'd see a scene from an episode that I like and I'd fucking be like, and fall back to sleep. And then I'd wake up and it'd be another episode that I liked and I'd finally be awake and shit. There was one night and I regretted this one fucking deeply, dude. We were on Discovery Plus and we were scrolling through everything and fucking I saw that they had Chris Angel's Mind Freak on there.
Oh, damn.
I used to watch that as a kid. I used to love it. And then
I used to have his cards.
I used to have the Magic Kit and everything, dude. Yeah, I had all that shit. And, you know, as a kid, I fucking thought he was the shit.
Yeah.
You go back and rewatch this fucking show years later. It's so cringy and it's so cheesy that I'm just like, dude, you can see how fake this shit was back in the day. I'm over here as a kid trying to think like,
Mind Freak!
Yeah, I'm like, I can fucking levitate, bro. Let me show you.
Yeah, cut the slick and
it was fucking
pull your leg out. I'm like, that's it? That's the trick?
Yeah, it's fucking.
I go, so the people on the other elevator were just looking at you being a dumbass.
Yeah. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna fucking put it on. We'll put it on to go to sleep, you know, and shit. Mm-hmm. It was the biggest fucking mistake I ever made, dude. Because every fucking like, I would wake up throughout the night a few times through the night, and it was the same thing the entire time. Was the stupid intro song, Mind Freak, Mind Freak. Are you ready? Mind Freak. Are you ready? And I'm just like, every fucking time I woke up,
it was your alarm.
Stupid intro, dude. And I was like. And then I told Hayes the next morning, we were laughing so hard about it because I was like, dude, every time I woke up, it was the stupid. I was just him screaming Mind Freak, and I'm just like, I am the Mind Freak. I'm like, oh god. So like, I never really got to see the show. It was just the fucking intro I would wake up to every single time. And then we turned that off. That only lasted for a day. Currently, we just finished Lopez versus Lopez, so we just put that on in the background because we finished that. I don't know. Sometimes I think we reverted back to what we originally started with when I first started sleeping over, which was like YouTube stuff.
Oh, okay.
She has like a bunch of like different audio tracks of like Harry Potter scenes, but it's like chill music and chill vibes and stuff. You know what I mean? So she's got like a lot of those ASMR kind of things.
Oh, okay.
I fuck with that shit too. So it's like, you know, it's fucking relaxing.
It works.
It works. I'm like, it is what it is. It puts me to sleep. So yeah, that's what that's like.
So how often does Sammy come down? And how often do you go over there? Since I remember your Bert Kreischer, how you said you went over there.
Yeah, I don't go over very often. I think I've been to Sammy's in Arizona twice. I went once during COVID, November of 2020, and that's because there was a haunt open in Arizona called Fear Farm, and it was an actual like mazes, corn maze.
I need my fix.
Yeah, I was like, I need to go to a haunt. So I went over for that, but also Arizona movie theaters were open too. And I had not been to a movie theater since February or March. I'm sorry. It was March of 2020. That was the last time I saw a movie. And at the time, Tenet had just come out.
Actually, yeah, in October, movie theaters open over here.
No, we didn't get them because I remember in November, AMC down the street was not open yet.
No, because in October I took my godson to see The Night Before Christmas for the first time.
Where'd you guys go?
Edward Regional in La Habra.
Oh, okay. So it was kind of, I think it was because that's more Orange County.
Yeah.
So I think Orange County was a little bit more flexible.
Yes, they were.
And I think I was still on the kind of like, I don't want to go all the way out there. Like I just want to be locally. But no.
I'll go to Arizona.
Yeah. No, I think at the time I didn't think there was a lot of theaters over here open. There was only like so many, and then at the time they were only selling so many tickets. Because remember they were still social distancing, so it was like you'd buy 2 seats, and then like those next 3 seats or 4 seats are covered, and then you had to, so it was like super hard to get into a movie at the time. So when I went, mind you, no one wore masks in fucking Arizona either. It was like a free for all.
To be fair, that was OC too.
Yeah. So when I went, we saw Tenet because that was the movie that was released. Christopher Nolan demanded that movie would get a theatrical release, not on a streaming service. And that's when Warner Brothers kind of fucked him. And that movie didn't do as good because of the pandemic. So yeah, we went to go see Tenet. I thought that movie was fucking trippy, but good. Confusing, but fun. And then I didn't stop there. I was like, I need to go as many times as I can in the movie theaters. So that later that night, that was a twofer. So like in the first one, we went to the Alamo Drafthouse. Never been to that movie theater. It was so fucking awesome. Very old school. If you're using their phone, they warn you once, and then they see you again, they just kick you out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's very old school.
That's
and then
what's up.
they have like it's a fucking dine-in theater, so they have people constantly coming to you. Like if you need refills for your drink, they'll come and refill your drink. You can order food. Like, it was a whole fucking thing. Like that was probably one of the best movie theater experiences I've ever had. Like just everything. Seats were comfortable, all that stuff. And then we went home for a little bit. It was just me and Sammy that weekend because his sister actually drove out to California for something. So it was just me and Sammy that weekend at his old house. So it was when they were living in an apartment. It was a pretty good sized apartment too. And then later that night they were showing a screening. I had never seen this movie in theaters. I've seen this movie many times, but never in theaters. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Okay. So I was like, dude, we're seeing fucking Indiana Jones in theaters. I've seen Indiana Jones now. I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark in theaters, and I've seen 3, 4, and 5 in theaters. The only one I haven't seen in theaters now is Temple of Doom, and then after that I can say I've seen all the fucking Indiana Jones movies in theaters. But yeah, we went to go see fucking we went to go see Last Crusade. I had drove out to Arizona, so I brought my car, so we had no problem getting around places. Gas was way cheaper out there. Oh, yeah. It was great. Yeah, we had a good time. I mean, we did the Fear Farm, and that was a lot of fun. Some characters were kind of rude because I said, "Oh, that got me. That was a good scare," and she thought I was being sarcastic, and she started talking shit to me. I'm just like, whatever.
Oh, what?
I just walked away. I'm like, whatever. I wasn't talking shit, but okay. It was a chick too. I remember vividly. She's like, "Oh, you keep talking your shit, I'll get you kicked out." I'm like, I didn't talk shit though. I was admiring your work, but okay. I just walked away.
Oh wow.
I don't care. I don't. I'm at a point in my life, dude, where I just like you either vibe with me or you don't.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not Mr. like
I'm not gonna please you.
Yeah, I'm not like you know, I know who I am and everything. Like I'm at the point in my life now where I'm just like, you're either my friend or you're not. Like I don't got time for BS.
Correct.
Like I got so much on my plate as it is. Like I don't have time for BS. So I'm thankful for the people that I have in my life right now. Super, super amazing people, friends, family, all that stuff. But like, yeah, if you're just gonna bring drama and bullshit to my life,
Get the fuck out.
I don't want anything to do with you. I can just do without you, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally agree. That's why I love my wife. No drama. And if there's drama with her family, I tell her that's your family.
Yeah, I have to. You know, my girlfriend has some issues with her mom and her dad, but you know, I'm thankful that me and her can be together, and you know, she has me to talk about things, and she always tells me thank you and stuff, but I'm just like, I'm not doing it for thanks, man. I'm doing it because I love you and I want to be with you and I want to see you grow and be better, do better, happy. You know, better life, you know, and we're working towards that. You know, it's been a year for us now and trying to plan out things. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully it works out. Go ahead.
Fucking worked out for you, man.
I've got real lucky in life,
man.
to be honest.
We talked about this on Shoot the Shit too, though, man. I'm just so fucking happy to see you where you're at now, man. I mean, wife, kid, nice house. You know, you were given, like I said, you were given the golden handshake, man, and man, you used it very well, and you used it very humbly, and that's what's up. That's cool.
Because for some people, it would go to shit.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, now it's, what is it, 3 a.m, and we're in here in your studio fucking recording a podcast, you know. Thankfully, like, I only live down the street, so it's it's not a drive. Dude, it's so fucking funny because there's another YouTuber by the name of Scaredy Cat Vasquez. I'm pretty sure, you know who that is?
No, never. This is the first time hearing the name.
He's another good buddy of mine. He does YouTube. He does like a lot of the extreme haunts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He literally lives like up the block from you too, like up the road, like near the 91. It's like,
oh yeah, that's super close.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's so cool. And then I know like the model Mary Misery. She's big on Instagram and stuff too. I think she lives somewhere around here too. I don't know where she lives. She lives in Norwalk somewhere, but dude, it's so. And then like one of my buddies who did the Grey Phantom during COVID, that little home haunt in Norwalk that was supposed to be like the Queen Mary. He lives in fucking Norwalk too. I'm just like, dude, like,
Norwalk popping
so
right
much
now.
fucking talent in Norwalk, dude. Like, how did this community is so, it's such a small world. Like, I think it's so fucking cool that
it's that LA vibe.
Yeah, it's like so cool that there's so many things coming out of Norwalk. Like, I feel so proud. Like, you got you here, you got me here, you got fucking Justin here, you got fucking Mary here, you got Ernie here, dude. It's like, it's nuts, dude, to see all these people come and go.
Come up.
I know. I'm like, we're gonna put Norwalk on the fucking map. We are.
Or the NWA or NWO.
NWO.
What they did for Compton, we'll do it for Norwalk.
We're the
Misfits.
The Misfits, yeah, pretty much. New World Order. Norwalk World Order.
There we go. Works out. Hopefully you get
Norwalk
that
World
title from your cousin, and that'll be our representation.
I'm almost certain we get sued. I don't know when you do NWO.
Yeah, WD is a little bitch like
the Society.
The city of Norwalk competing royalties.
Yeah, we'll just call ourselves the Society. That's funny, dude. I always get like, what's funny about me is like I always get very in a sense, like when I get a bolt of inspiration, dude, I just get like my creative brain just keeps going, but I just never know how to execute things. Yeah. I think that's what holds me back a lot. But I recently just watched, and I know we keep talking about The Fall of the House of Usher, and I was blown away by it. That it inspired me to want to make my own series similar like that. And I don't know what it is, dude. Like I can.
Well, you've talked about always making like a movie, a short film, or a series.
We did do a short film at the end of at the end of last year.
Okay.
We released a short film around Christmas time. And I'm a big fan of the show What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen it or not.
I've heard of it.
It's like a mockumentary with vampires. It's comedy. It's hilarious. Anyway, one of my friend Mary, who actually, the one we were just talking about, she's a model and she does like a lot of cosplays and stuff, but she's very fucking talented. She's an amazing human being. She does a cosplay of one of the characters from the show, Nadja, who's one of the vampires on the show, one of the main characters. And she nails the accent, the look, everything spot on. So much so that it showed me a lot of interest. Like I gained a lot of interest from it. And I was like, hey, I want to do a short film of What We Do in the Shadows with you, based around just you. I think we should meet together and try to come up with something. So one day we go down to Starbucks and we kind of start planning out like we want to do a whole little mini season of this. But with that, scheduling and stuff, it was kind of hard to do that. So then we kind of settled on like in November, I'm like, hey, this event that Midsummer Scream is putting on, Season Screamings, it was like their December event, their Christmas event.
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah.
It was like she had like a black and red dress. She was on TikTok.
So yeah, we were walking.
Remember that now,
we were walking around the convention essentially, and we had no script. Everything you saw on that show was improvised.
Oh, damn.
From start to finish. Like we had the idea of the basic overall concept of the story was Nadja is going to this convention because she's trying to find out what the true meaning of Christmas is. However, she's doing it wrong because she's going to a Christmas Halloween event. So she's going to think everything that is at this event is Christmas related when this is not how Christmas is celebrated. This is Halloween.
Almost like a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, so she's walking around the convention. She's commenting on all these things. There's like, dude, we had so much fun filming it, dude. Like, in the beginning, like, right when we started filming, she did this whole fucking improvised monologue that I didn't know. I said, I'm going to roll the camera. Just talk about, like, she's like, well, I kind of memorized this whole, like, I kind of came up with this whole thing of, like, the meaning of Christmas of, like, me doing research about it and shit. She's like, I could just go off that. I was like, all right, I'm just going to start rolling the camera. We'll get a background, and then we'll talk about it. Dude, she went on for a good, I think, like, 5 minutes, just improvising this whole story of, like, the meaning of Christmas, of what she found research of, like, Saint Nick and all this, but kind of, like, twisting the stuff and, like, just like to making it sound hilarious, right? And she goes off. Mind you, I'm filming this shit and I'm trying my hardest not to laugh. Like I wish my girlfriend filmed a lot of and took a lot of photos of behind the scenes for this, man. And I got to put it all together eventually for a TikTok. But it was some of the funniest thing. I had such a blast doing it. It really, to me, was like a full like, holy shit, I'm finally shooting something. I'm filming something. I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
And ever since that day, dude, I've just been wanting to do more. It's just, I come across.
You already do so much.
I know, but like.
That's the craziest thing. Whenever I hear you and you pop up another project, I'm like, what the hell? Like, bro.
I am constantly, I have so many fucking ideas that I want to do with just the channel, everything. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of the ideas I want to do are kind of cost efficient.
And then require a team.
Scheduling, equipment. Like, it costs money. And
oh, trust me. You're talking to the right guy here, man.
Let's just say this. I essentially want to be the Mr. Beast of the horror world.
Okay.
I want to do challenges like that, but make them all horror related. Like, I built a real life fucking Saw escape room, and I had my friends all try to escape it. Let's see how it goes.
I will be there. That sounds
like
so
it's gonna
awesome.
be an extreme haunt of I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have all my friends be participants in it, make them sign waivers and everything, and make them go through it and be like, listen, I guarantee you're not gonna lose limbs. It's not gonna be real Saw. Mm-hmm. The most extreme you're gonna get in this fucking thing is you're gonna get shocked, or
you'll be eliminated,
or you'll have like fucking get wet, or like things like that. I'm not gonna fucking push the boundaries of like you're gonna die. Yeah, like it's just gonna be a little
because it's not advertiser friendly, or else I will.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like minor shit that you can like. It's just like enough to immerse you. So it's like I want to do things like I want to do a giant hide and seek game with all my friends, and then dress like someone up as Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, and that's who's chasing after you.
That would be so badass.
Yeah, like I want to get a bunch of GoPros, have everyone put something on. Like I want to build like mazes and be like, I built this maze.
I remember your dream of being a house hunt. House hunt.
Like
I remember last we talked, you were like so close about it.
We were gonna pull the trigger and just never worked. However, what's kind of brought me back to that world is at John Glenn, I started a Halloween 365 club for the kids, and me and this teacher are co-running it. I have a meeting today. At 12:59. It's okay.
12:59. What a weird.
That's when they go to lunch. I can make the times up, but it is weird. I agree. But anyway, I got a meeting today. We're talking creative. We're trying to. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to do it now, but I might have to push. And I don't want to disappoint the kids like that. But we're trying to build we're gonna try to build a Christmas maze for the kids.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And if that happens, I want to try to invite some people out, get some coverage of it. I'll probably shoot an invite to you if you want to come through.
I will
do some
definitely
POVs.
come through.
You know, my only fear is it's not going to be the greatest probably because we don't have a lot to work with as far as.
Well, you literally have. Today's December 1st.
Yeah, no, we kind of have the idea of like what we're going to be doing. We have like a title for
cost and
we have a title we have a theme for the maze. We have the title for the maze. Right now we're working on creative to kind of create what we want to see in the maze. And that's today's meeting is kind of creative as to what we're going to see in the maze. Now next is after I get everything we need to see, I got to write out a story so this maze makes sense, and then pretty much start building. But it's going to be interesting because we're going to be doing it in a classroom. So I can assemble all the stuff offsite, or not offsite, but like not inside the classroom, but like I cannot put it up until the day of the event.
Oh, shit.
Unless I were to rent out a space or get permission to use a space where I have a week to set up or something like that. But that's why I fear it's not going to be like the greatest fucking maze ever, but it's going to be a start. And if we can execute it
You'll
right,
learn from.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that I'm jumping into this world. I've never built a maze. I don't know what it goes to. So I may be turning to some friends to ask some questions that have experience in this. And then luckily, you know, with
a lot of people,
everyone that we've talked to in the haunt community, especially in the independent haunt community and the home haunt community, you know, I've seen some fucking shit, like some awesome shit with these home haunts. Like,
well, yeah, I was doing Uber Eats when I found one.
Really?
And I sent it to you, and I'm like, hey, check this place out.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I was there at 4, and the hunt didn't open until 7, so I'm like,
Like, I got a sneak peek.
And I seen the guy come out, too. I was like, so tempted to be like, hey, I know a guy. Do you want?
Yeah, for real, dude. You should have hit him with my contact info, bro. Like, that would have been fucking shit.
Yeah. But since you didn't say anything, I was like,
dude, we were,
I imagine,
it was a fucking busy season, man. Like, especially when I went back to nights, man, it was just limiting, like, okay, well, like, what are we going to do? Like, what can we do? Like, who will still, if I still hit some people with some emails about some things, who's going to respond to us? Like, that was another thing is, like, I don't like to, like, I don't really talk about this or nag about this, but, like, you know, like, as you start to grow with subscribers, like, you start to get noticed by theme parks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying my best to really get a lot of media invites this year because money was a little tight.
Yeah.
But to those who didn't respond back to me or didn't invite me, like, I'm not pissed at all or not. Like, I don't get that way. I'm not, if I miss an event, I am bummed about it, but I'm not like going on X or something and fucking like, I hate this company for not giving me media. And I'm just like, nah, dude, like if they didn't want to give it to me, they probably give it to someone who deserves it more than I do. Yeah. And a lot of the times they're pretty much a lot of the times you'll see a lot of people that are of harder working than I am. And I respect it because there's a grind that goes to it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm never going to be mad at a company if they don't invite me, you know, because I'm still going to try to go check out their event. Like the only thing that it would give me better
interviews and
it would just give me better footage.
Yeah.
Like it will, like Six Flags, for example, like they don't allow filming in the mazes if you go just regular, but if you're media, like they'll let you film. And you know, I love going to Six Flags too. I'm so bummed that I missed the 30th anniversary this year, but it is what it is. I'll try again next year, and if they bring back the Scream Break, I'll go to that again. So that was fun. But you know, it's just like one of those things where like every invite that we've gotten, you know, as press, media, whatever you want to call it, I've been so fucking grateful.
Yeah.
Because I always say, like, if you were to ask me 5-6 years ago when I started this channel if I'd be doing HHN media, what I originally set out for when I started the channel, like, I would fucking just laugh at myself because I'd be like, nah, dude, we ain't getting that shit.
Yeah.
Keep dreaming, buddy. And then fucking 5 years later, on the 5th anniversary, we got invited, and I'll be the first to say it because, you know, it was mind blowing to me because they invited us there. They threw out the invite like the week of.
Oh shit.
And like 2 days before the event, like they squeezed us on the list, and it was so cool. And then I was like, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't give a fuck if people make fun of me or not. I fucking cried.
Oh, of course, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
It was huge to me because when I first started the channel, this is what we started covering, Halloween Horror Nights, and now to actually attend the event as press.
That is what you worked your ass off.
That's where I worked towards, and it was fucking dope. And then they invited us out last year, and I actually got to bring Sammy this time around, and it was an experience of its own, dude. I won't forget this past year, dude, because I got to actually shake Troy Baker's hand.
Who's that?
Troy Baker played Joel in The Last of Us, and he played the Joker in Batman Arkham Origins. He's a voice actor for video games.
Oh, okay.
He played Nathan Drake's brother in Uncharted. He was the Hulk in the Avengers video game.
Oh, okay.
Damn. He's Joel in The Last of Us. I don't know if you played that game. The game's fucking phenomenal.
I wanted to, but I hated the controls. The controls were too wonky. That's why I hated Uncharted 2. And I'm like,
I try to put up with them because the stories are so fucking good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it, and then I've heard the second one sucks because they kill off Joe or whatever.
I don't think it sucks. I think a lot of people were just salty because it got spoiled early, like it got leaked.
Oh, okay.
And so people got all salty because Joel died, but it's like,
what else do you want him to do?
Yeah, but like the way they kind of did it was like it was kind of like revenge in the sense. It's like so as you play the game more and more, you kind of like, well, wait a minute though, who really is the bad guy? Was Abby the bad guy for killing Joel, or was Joel the bad guy for killing her dad? At this point, I don't give a fuck.
Question about morality.
Spoilers. The game has been out for a few
know,
years now, so if you haven't played it by then, or you know, I'm sorry, but it's been out. They're actually going to be remastering it for the PS5 too.
Oh, damn.
That should be fun. It's like that game gets a remaster like every time PlayStation releases a new console. Like the original Last of Us, I think came on the PS3.
Yes.
And then it got remastered for the PS4, and then it got a remaster for the PS5, and then Last of Us 2 came on PS4. And then I got a remaster now for the PS5.
That's too much.
They're smart though, dude. They make.
Well, it's like the fucking Resident Evil franchise.
I fucking love the remasters though. I've never played the originals.
I've only have played 2 and 4
Of the remastered or the originals?
Of the originals.
I
want to play the new 4 though.
It's good.
It looks amazing.
I think we streamed it when we were doing Kick, or when we were on Twitch. I don't remember, but. I am a massive fan of Resident Evil. I became a fan of Resident Evil when Resident Evil 7 came out, Biohazard, because it was something new for the Resident Evil franchise. It was first person, way more like, oh fuck, this is like scary. Like,
and it's funny because that's where it dropped me off.
You didn't like Biohazard?
No.
See, and then I loved Resident Evil 8 even more. Village, I thought Village was fucking phenomenal.
It looked good, but I was like, eh.
Dude, with all the villains they had in Village, dude, it was just fucking phenomenal. Story.
Wait, no, I was thinking of 6. 6 sucked ass.
No, 7 and 8, where it's kind of its own thing.
Its own, yes.
They were kind of in a way like soft reboots.
Yeah.
Because they kind of went a whole different route now. But 8 was good. Village was fucking phenomenal. And then I remember it like this. So I got into Resident Evil during Resident Evil 7. Beat Biohazard. I remember seeing fucking gameplay on it and shit. It looked terrifying. I remember pulling an all-nighter and beating Biohazard. I fucking beat that. Then they announced they were going to remaster Resident Evil 2 with the Resident Evil 7 engine.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like that engine's fucking smooth. I liked it. So then I never played Resident Evil 2. So then I bought Resident Evil 2 remastered and played that. I didn't play the second story. I only played I think I played is that the one with that's not Leon, that's Chris.
Yeah,
It's Leon.
2 is Leon.
So I played as Leon. I did that story under Leon, not the other girl.
Yeah.
Which I think that's whatchamacallit's sister, right?
Someone's sister. Yeah.
Chris's sister. Yeah. So I played as Leon, but not Chris's sister.
I played down on the Nintendo 64. That's how that is.
And then, no, wasn't it Chris that was in it?
No,
it wasn't Leon in 2, was it?
Leon isn't 2.
I thought Leon was 3.
No, Leon is 2. Because I remember playing 2 and then playing 4. I go, oh, it's the same character, and then they're finding out you don't always play as the same character.
Yeah, because 3 was it took place during 2, but it was 2 other characters, and one of them, shit, what are the characters? I gotta look it up now. It's bothering me.
Go for it.
Yeah, but I played 2. 2 was fun. Resident Evil 3 characters. Carlos.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't know.
That was it. Carlos was he was one of the Carlos Oliveira. Yeah, he's one of the cops, and you play as Carlos and Jill, I think.
Jill. No, isn't Jill in 2?
No, it's whatchamacallit's sister. It's Carlos's. It's Chris's sister. Oh shit! I forgot you can do this.
2 characters.
What do we got? Rebecca, Billy. No, what the fuck?
Fuck yeah! What is this?
That's by appearance.
Oh no, it might be the movie.
Did you put game? No, you put game. Category Resident Evil 2 characters fandom. Maybe that one.
Which one?
Where it says fandom right there. Yeah, that's like the wiki. Okay,
Leon, Ada Wong, Jill. Yeah, Jill. It is Jill.
Oh yeah, so it was Claire and Chris, and I think that were in the third one.
Chris.
Because the Renfield, are you sure it wasn't Leon and Claire in the second one, and then Jill and Chris? Okay. Yeah, so Chris was in Resident Evil 3, I believe.
I never played 3.
3 was 3. So 3, I don't know what the original 3 was, but remastered 3 was as the events of like Resident Evil 2 are going on, like in the police station and everything. Mm-hmm. They're in Raccoon City. I think it's Chris or Carlos. It might have been Carlos and Claire, and they're going throughout Raccoon City trying to like turn on power and trying to get to the police station. But in Resident Evil 3, that's when you fight Nemesis.
Yeah, I think it's a win too.
Nemesis.
Door's locked anyways.
Nemesis was. Did you not play? So you didn't play 3 then?
No, not at all.
So remastered 3 was fucking fun, but Nemesis as a character, I wanted to fucking just. I hated every minute fighting him.
That's that big guy, right?
Yeah, and
he was in 2 though, too. No,
that was the Juggernaut. I think that's what it was called. But it was like another bio. He was that 1 and 2 was another bioweapon too. But Nemesis is probably the most famous Resident Evil villain of all time. If you've ever seen the movies with whatchamacallit?
Mila.
The girl from fucking Dazed and Confused.
Yeah. He appears in 2, right?
Yeah, I think he's in one of them, and he's got like the big trench coat, and he kind of just walks around. He's got a weird face.
Almost look like from The Last of Us, those monsters. Yeah.
And so as the game progresses and you fight him every single time, he just grows bigger and bigger because he's actually like a fucking creature.
Yeah. And
by the end of the game, he's just this fucking nasty like blob looking thing, right? And so you get this really fucking big laser gun and you just shoot it towards him, and that's what ends up fucking fighting. Like, you fight him at least like 4 or 5 times in there, and every time I fought him, I fucking wanted to. And
he just appears out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, like you'll be running through out of nowhere, and he just comes out. And I'm like, when are you gonna fucking die, dude? Like by the 3rd time, I almost threw my controller at the fucking screen. And that was the same night. That was so when Resident Evil 3 came out. That was during COVID, like at the heart of COVID.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I pulled an all-nighter and I beat it because I was like, dude. So I think it took me like a total of 6 hours to beat the game. Resident Evil 3 is not that long.
Well, it's old games, so old games aren't that long.
Yeah, but with the remasters, what they did is they actually added a lot of new stuff too. The story makes more sense and shit.
Gotcha.
Like they completely revamped the games. It's kind of like how they did. I don't know if you watched anything on the remastered Dead Space game.
I've seen clips.
So basically, what they did with Dead Space is they just polished the fuck out of it and just made it look different
and darker and
You add a little bit extra, like kind of a director's cut and kind of thing. That's what they did with all these Resident Evil games. They just gave them a polish, added a few extra scenes for it to make sense story wise,
Well, that's what Disney tries to do with their remakes.
God, yeah.
But fucking.
But yeah, and then Resident Evil 4. I had never played that. I had heard for years that was probably one of the best Resident Evil games ever made.
I literally have it for every console ever since it came out. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I had it for the Switch. I had it for the Wii. Like, I had every iteration of that game.
I thought it was interesting with the whole cult thing in that game.
I got it, low.
Yeah, I hated fighting. There was like pig fuckers with a chainsaw or whatnot.
The paper bag.
Yeah, you fight them a few times in that fucking game.
Always scared. I'm like, no.
I thought it was a good twist of things for the story to find out different things behind Umbrella Corporation and everything. So that was pretty cool. But I was like, I think it was just like, I think because it had just, I think it's a lot of people's favorites game because it had a solid story from start to finish. It kind of kept you on your toes as to what's going on.
And there's always new and improved zombies, and you need different forms and weapons.
Yeah.
Like the ones that scared me for the longest were those black goop creatures, like Chapter 5, that you need your sniper and hits. Fuck.
Yeah, dude. That's how Resident Evil 7 and 8 were, dude. Like, they had all these fucking creatures and shit. I'm like, God damn it. Dude, Resident Evil 7, it was so hard to fucking beat that game, dude. There's like one boss that's like a fucking bug monster. Scared the fuck out of me, bro. I would hate it, bro. She had giant bugs just flying around. They come attack you, and it's in first person. So I'm like, just fucking getting
It's on me. It's on me.
Yeah, yeah, I was getting terrified.
Man, playing VR in that one.
Oh, dude. And they have it on VR.
I remember I played it on Best Buy. They had like a demo.
Yeah, they have it on fucking VR, and I'm just like, how does anyone? They have Resident Evil 4 on VR too.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Tempting. Very tempting.
So I'm kind of curious to see where they go with the Resident Evil franchise. I know they just celebrated the 25th anniversary. That's why they kind of went all out.
Yeah.
They also came out with 2 like PvP games. They had Resident Evil Reverse and like another one where it was like.
Did you ever watch the movies? I watched it up to
I watched clips. I never really watched the entire movies as a whole.
I watched up to like Apocalypse, I think it was called, and then.
I think like in the beginning they started doing the movies as like.
The games,
and then after they just kind of went off and did their own thing.
They really went off the rails.
Because they kind of, if I'm not mistaken, they eventually it becomes like a post-apocalyptic world, but Umbrella's like the only thing that's fucking around still, you know? Like,
yeah, because they have like underground shit. And
they're still trying to fucking do shit, and you just see all the zombies and shit.
That was so stupid.
Fucking Mila Djokovic or whatever.
Jokovic,
yeah, she's just fucking.
I'm sorry, Mila Kunis. I didn't mean to.
And now they want to reboot that franchise again. I was like, can we? Okay, we tried that. Did you watch the most recent Resident Evil movie called Welcome to Raccoon City, where it was more game-based accurate of Resident Evil 2?
No.
Dude, watch the one that they came out with. It was Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Okay. And Robbie Amell is in it. Stephen Amell's brother from Arrow.
Oh, okay.
And he plays Chris Renfield. I will say the casting for Leon was a little questionable.
They can't do Leon justice because even in the Mila one,
well, like
he sucked ass.
It was a Mexican dude, and oh my god, like Leon's a white dude, so
yeah.
But he did do I felt like what he did a little too overmuch was the fucking. And I'm like, are we really doing this in the goddamn movie? Like, I get it's a signature thing, but you realize
that it was a game.
I was like, do you realize there wasn't very many movement options back in the day? So that's literally what they had to stick with in the game.
Oh, that's so cringe.
But no, I mean, the story wise though, it's kind of loosely based around Resident Evil 2 because you see like the
destruction.
They've actually built to scale the actual fucking Raccoon City Police Department. and it looks just like how it looks in the remastered of 2 and everything. They built it to scale. It looks amazing, bro.
Oh, that's so cool.
They show some of the iconic creatures and shit, but it's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. It didn't do well in theaters. I don't think it received well with fans, but they like left it open for like they had a post-credit scene and everything, and they left it open for like Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4, and I was like, oh, dude.
Actually, now that this does ring a bell, but I thought it was like a fan film.
No, it was a real movie. It was good.
Oh shit!
If you ever get a chance, check it out. It's really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'll check that one in the menu.
Add them to the list.
Yes, sir. I at least have now a record. It's on record. I'll be like, that's right. I'll jot it down real quick.
Yeah, dude. It's you know me though, man. I've always been a movie guy.
Yes.
I love my movies, man. We just went to go see Thanksgiving last week. And then I find out this week, today actually, he just, Eli Roth came out and just said they're making a Thanksgiving 2, which should be out in 2025. So Thanksgiving was a new slasher movie that came out. It was a slasher movie for Thanksgiving holiday because there hasn't been really a good one.
Just Turkey Day or whatever.
Fucking Thanksgiving. God, that movie's horrible. Whoever made that movie should just not make movies ever again.
To be fair, that's where I was hard put in the genre horror genre of movies. Like there's a lot of garbage.
There's a lot of subgenres, but yeah.
Like Five Nights at Freddy's, in my opinion.
It wasn't garbage.
Hot garbage.
The Jim Henson Company fucking made those puppets, bro.
They made them, first of all, too clean. They should be like rotten to the core if it's been the.
Well, you got to remember though, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's never really had a story other than survive. Like the original game.
No, that's where the lore underneath everything.
I know, but like, okay, it took a lot of games to unveil that lore. But I'm talking if we go back to when it was just the first game, right? There was Easter eggs, there was stuff planted there and stuff, but if you really look at that first game, it wasn't the story that we got in the movie. They had to create that story in the movie because they had to give it a reason why these animatronics are alive. Right? Like, to my knowledge, there's never been a possession of the animatronics. The animatronics have just been alive. There's never been, like, ghost children possessing them, like how they portrayed in the movie. Right?
No, that's accurate.
I thought that was bullshit for this movie.
No. The body, it's because...
I think somewhere along the line, whoever created these games, just as the games went on more and more, then they started adding more shit. Like, if you go from the core concept of that first game, it's literally just surviving 5 nights at Freddy's Fazbender's fucking place.
Yeah, but then there's also like weird stuff like Golden Freddy, and then
you have a lot of
implementations like 1969 or whatever the byte that it was. But like someone, I think it was my sister I was talking to, Karen. Shout out Eli's Wizard TikTok.
Hell yeah, bro.
And she goes, "Oh, what do you think about Golden Freddy?" I go, "Golden Freddy was in the movie?" I did not realize it was the one that went after the sister.
That's funny.
I was like, "That was Golden Freddy?" I go, "What a pile of shit."
I actually enjoyed it in the sense that, mind you, this is in. Check this. I don't know if you heard this statistic. That is Blumhouse's highest grossing film of all time.
Not surprised, but yeah, I did hear that.
And
that doesn't mean it's highly rated.
For critic reviews, it didn't do good, but for audience reviews, it did really good.
Like, I didn't like the drawing on the board. That was so stupid to me.
Of how they realized what to change at the end, or what?
Yeah, where it's like, oh, it's through the drawings that they understand. Let me put that.
Because they're kids, Fausto. They're all kids.
They don't speak. They talk the whole fucking.
But they understand the drawing because remember they had the one drawing of like him thinking it was reality, and then they had to show them like this is how. I don't know. I don't know much about the games.
But it doesn't involve drawing.
Yeah, I know. I thought growing up the games were like, They kind of got annoying after a while because they kept making more and more and more. I vibed with the movie more because it reminded me a lot of Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, the Nick Cage movie?
Yes. And that movie was fucking phenomenal. I don't care what anyone says.
I've never seen it, but I think that would be a better Five Nights at Freddy movie.
Listen, it's an hour and I think around an hour and a half, right?
Okay, that's tolerable.
And Nicolas Cage does not say one word in the entire fucking film. He just grunts. He makes little sound effects, but he does not say one fucking word.
What the fuck?
The entire movie is a mystery. So when we first interviewed Grant Kramer from Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
okay,
he had mentioned to me about an upcoming project he had about Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage. So I kept in contact with him. This was during COVID. I should hit him up again. That'd be fun to do that again. I kept in contact with him, and during COVID, we got to do a little press junket for Willy's Wonderland. I actually had a few of the actors on my show with Grant Kramer.
That's badass.
Christian Del Grosso, he is a famous TikToker. He's in the movie, and he was on the show. I used to watch him a lot when Vine was a thing.
Damn.
And he was a famous Vine star then too.
R.I.P. Ricky.
I know, right? And I used to watch it a lot when he was on Vine, and that was like before he started doing Nights of Horror. And then to see him in this movie was fucking dope. I had both the sheriff and the deputy on there from the movie, and I think it was also Grant Kramer.
Oh.
So he was a producer and everything. And so one of the sheriffs, actually, she's a well-known actress. She was, you watched The Office?
Yes.
She was Dwight's babysitter on The Office.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she was she was like the sheriff in Willy's Wonderland. I didn't put two and two together until after I filmed the podcast, but like she was the first one to show up to the show, right? Uh-huh. So before we started recording, I just was talking to her, and she was easily one of the nicest people I've ever met. Like I had my Misfits mask back. Like I was trying to like decorate the set a little bit. She's like, "Oh, what's that mask?" I'm like, "Oh, it's from the band The Misfits." And she's like, "Oh, like my brother, he grew up listening to all that music, like punk and stuff." So like I kind of was like, I heard it when I was growing up. Like she was like super fucking sweet, dude. Like one of the nicest people I've ever met. But I had brought up the theory. I was like, so I wanna like, since I have you guys on here, I wanna get your thoughts on some of these fan theories that I've done some research on, and I want to hear what you guys think. And I put one of the theories is like Willy or Nick Cage's character in the movie is secretly death, and he's coming to get the victims of all the souls that are inside these, that are possessed inside these, and that's why he's not fazed by them. That's why he doesn't say anything. That's why he kicks all their asses and shit. It's like this is the whole like
redemption.
Yeah, this is like the theory and shit. And he goes, I told Grant, he goes, "That's actually a really good theory. I wish I would have thought of that when I wrote the movie." I was like, so that's out of the question.
It's now canon. Fuck it.
I was like, okay, Grant, then I have a theory for you that, and it specifically implies to you, okay? And this is just me being just me, okay? I was like, so you essentially, spoilers, you essentially play the guy who owned Willy's, and you're essentially the killer.
It's just like Five Nights.
And you did like you were killing kids. You were offering secret parties, and then you were killing kids. And then when you knew the cops were getting onto you and your crew, you guys all did as a cult. You guys did like a fucking satanic ritual. You guys all kill each other. Like you kill these. They basically killed themselves.
Okay.
They kind of drink the Kool-Aid kind of thing,
Gotcha.
And they do a satanic ritual which puts their fucking souls inside the body and the animatronics. Essentially like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. So cool.
But he did it differently. Like he stuffed their fucking bodies in the bodies. And like
in the animatronics, you mean?
Yeah, in animatronics. And so I forgot where I was going with this. What were we talking about?
You're just
Grant Kramer. So yeah, I was like, so your fucking character does all this, right? I was like, and your character's a little bit older in this movie. You were playing yourself at your age. I was like, here's my fan theory towards you. Your character from Killer Clowns went so insane that you opened up Willy's Wonderland, and then you went so insane to the extent that they were going to come back that you started going a little crazy and killing all the guests at Willy's Wonderland, up until the point where you possess yourself so you can have yourself strong enough to come back if the clowns were to ever come back and kill them with no problem. And he goes, that's a very wild theory. He goes, but the Kramerverse will live on. I was like, it always lives on.
The Snyderverse.
I'm so waiting for the Killer Clowns from Outer Space video game still.
That actually looks really good.
It was supposed to come out earlier this year.
Got pushed back.
I don't know when.
Well, your friend John Massari is making the music, right, again?
Yeah, I don't think I can't get anything out of him. That guy signs NDAs like crazy, man. Yeah, he did the music. When he did the music for it, he had told me he was working on a secret project, and he just wrapped up finishing the music for it, and then turned long and behold, it was for the fucking game.
Anyway, that's so cool.
I mean, this would have been the year to release it, though, because the 35th anniversary just passed.
It's better to release a game that's fully working than a fucking mess and fuck up the credit.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But cool, but if that game you were playing yesterday was Chucky,
yeah.
If they had like
we
a
played
kind
Dead by Daylight, and they did a Chucky expansion. That shit was interesting.
yeah,
Chucky's a little fucking dude.
He's annoying. I'm like, where is he? Oh shit!
Yeah, he just pops up as a little fucker. But what's cool is like my biggest thing too was like when I don't know if you've ever played Dead by Daylight, but basically as a killer, when you down somebody, you're supposed to pick them up and put them on a hook.
I got that. Yeah, you got 3 times to do it.
Yeah, so I was like, how the fuck is Chucky gonna do that? He's a little ass doll. They fucking went above and beyond on that one. So basically, what ends up happening the soul of Charles Lee Ray comes out as his human form.
That's how you like lost your shit a little bit.
I was like, no fucking shit. They put Charles Lee Ray in this shit. I'm like, it's not just Chucky. I'm like, that's fucking awesome, dude.
That was a good detail.
Yeah, that was a good little Easter egg, man. So that was cool.
What other characters are in there?
They did a lot of IP stuff.
Were they limited time or are they still?
No, you can still buy them. They just recently bought the Stranger Things stuff back too. They have the Demogorgon as a killer. They put Pinhead in there as Hellraiser as a killer. Sure. They just did an Alien one, so the Xenomorph is a killer, with Ripley as a survivor. And then Steve and Mike's sister are the survivors and fucking the Stranger Things add-on.
Why is fucking Nick Cage a survivor?
Dude, I don't know, but he's so fun to play as. I played as him last night. Nick Cage is just the type of motherfucker who's just down to do anything, I think. I think his son actually convinced him to be on Dead by Daylight because his son was a big player of the game. So his son like showed him the game, and then he got interest in it. And Nick Cage at this point in his career, he's just doing anything.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, it's just like because Nick Cage was bad on his. I think he owed like a lot of money to like the IRS and shit, and so that's why he was making all these like B movies and stuff because he just needed money to fucking pay off the IRS. Because the motherfucker bought like a castle and shit in like New Zealand and all that like way back. When he would spend his money, like he would spend it stupidly. But like that's why he's trying to pay off all his debt right now.
I'm not one to talk.
At least you're investing. He would just buy a fucking castle to buy a castle.
That's true.
But yeah. So that's wild. Yeah, it's so yeah. Him being in Dead by Daylight, I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I was like, and he's great. He talks in there. He's got lines and shit. Like he's funny as fuck. So yeah, I bought him. I had to buy him. I told my buddy, I was like, that's when I'll start getting back into the game. Like when Nick Cage becomes a survivor. Michael Myers is in the game. Leatherface is in the game. Freddy Krueger's in the game. But it's the fucking shitty 2011 remake one. Yeah. The Ring. Sadako, I think. Sadako, maybe.
Samara.
I think that's The Grudge.
No.
Not The Ring. Well, I think the Japanese way, yeah, you could look it up. I think it was Sadako. Look up Dead by Daylight Ring expansion. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Sadako. Oh. That's the Japanese tale.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, because I think it is obviously supposed to be The Ring, but it's supposed to be The Ring, but The Ring was these versions were the American versions, where the original tale comes from Japan, and so I think they did a combination between like the aspects of the movie and the tale mixed with mostly the Japan tale. Ugh.
What is the fucking name?
The what?
No, I'm like, where's the fucking name? Let's say.
Now, this was the Americanized version, though. I don't know if... I don't know that if she's named Sadako in here. You might be right. She might be named something else in the American version.
Yeah, because my friend's sister named her daughter after the ring.
Samara might be... Are you sure it's not The Grudge? No, I think you're right. I think Samara is the ring.
Yeah, but I don't fucking see.
Plot, teenage... Oh, go down to plot.
Video died.
Investigate.
The night Katie Watts is killed. Unseen force. Music on.
I think the little girl that was in the like insane asylum was Samara.
Samara right here, yeah.
Yeah, Samara Morgan. Sadako was the main influence on Samara Morgan. So yeah, she's the Americanized version of Sadako's the real tale from Japan, and then they just Americanized it and they changed it to Samara.
White people.
Dude, I remember when before COVID hit, we went to we signed up for those movie theater. Do you ever get emails for that to like test screen movies before they come out?
Oh yeah. Me and a friend screened Bumblebee.
Me and Sammy screened an Americanized remake of The Grudge.
Oh,
fucking terrible. And we signed NDAs and everything, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, you can't go on social media. Like, give us all your social medias that you're involved with and all that.
Oh, I lied about that.
Oh, I did too. I put like my personal ones and then like my Nights of Horror ones. I'm like, you're not seeing that.
Yeah,
one.
no.
And so
I felt like you'd get kicked out. Like, oh, he has influence.
Afterwards, they're like, yeah, so you guys can't you guys gotta like wait till the movie comes out to talk about it. I literally put on Twitter, I was like, this movie's fucking garbage. Don't go see it. It was horrible, dude. I hated it. It was bad. It was such a the only reason it was scary was because it was loud.
I hate those.
But I love it because Sammy gets fucking scared so easy when those jump scares. And he's like, I don't get scared. It just gets loud. So it just startles me. So I'm like, so you get scared.
That's the definition. Yeah, when we went to see Bumblebee, it was like, then they do that survey at the end. Oh, what do you think about it? I'm like, garbage.
You didn't like Bumblebee?
They changed enough of it.
The cut that you guys saw.
Yeah, was garbage.
Yeah, well, we also the second one we ever did, and that was like the last one I ever did was Zombieland Double Tap. And I think they changed the opening song from. I think it was original. I don't know what the final cut was. I don't remember if it was Master of Puppets or if it was Enter Sandman.
No, Master of Puppets was the first one.
No, that was For Whom the Bell Tolls. You're right. So I think Master of Puppets probably was the second one. But they in the cut that I saw, the intro for Zombieland Double Tap was not Master of Puppets. It was Enter Sandman, and it sounded way fucking cooler. I mean, don't get me wrong, Master of Puppets sounded cool too. But,
of course, fucking. And
then I had an unfinished CGI version too. So like the fucking monster truck scene where Rosario Dawson's like running over all the zombies, it was just all fucking like computer generated.
A lot of the Transformers movie was rough cut.
It's a rough cut. You're just trying to see the story and shit.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? I'm like garbage.
I'm like, it'd be a lot better if the CGI was finished. Like, you guys couldn't at least finish that,
right? Fucking lazy asses. Well, what if we change? Who gives a shit? Fix it
for real, dude.
Wanna see it?
Yeah, dude. It
makes a difference.
I still get emails from them every day, or not every day, but like every week. And if I was working days, I would have still tried to go to see one, but
probably watch Captain America already.
For real, fuck. So I don't know. We'll see.
No, my friend invited me for that one. That's probably why I don't get the emails. And my sister wanted to do a viewing for Chucky once.
Oh, I did get a free. Oh, this was another one, but this one was in L.A. This one was at the theater right behind the Staples Center. I don't call it Crypto.com Arena. It just sounds fucking horrible.
I always have this argument with people where it's like, if it was just Crypto Arena, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
Now it's the .com. It's the stupid part.
So to me, it's always and forever will be the Staples Center.
Matter of fact,
So we went to, I got free tickets to go see the first Purge when it first came out.
Oh, wow.
And it was all the way, and there's a movie theater that's, I think, around the corner from the Staples Center. It's a Regal.
Oh, okay.
So I took one of my buddies from high school with me, and we went to go see it. And little did I know, you know, we're getting in. We got like this full fucking this cool ticket. It says like, you know, premiere and shit. And then we get in and we're getting free popcorn, like a small popcorn and a small drink, right? And I'm just like, this is weird. I've been to a few of these already, and it's never been like this. So then we come and we're sitting down, and then we're like in the first fucking row. It fucking sucked. That was the only sucky part. We were like in the very first row. But we sit down, and then all of a sudden, fucking Jason Blum walks out. He's the guy who fucking runs Blumhouse.
Yeah, of course.
And fucking the director for the first Purge walk out, right? And I'm just like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, we'd like to thank all of you for coming to the premiere of the first Purge and shit. I'm like, this is the premiere? Turns out I turn around, the entire cast is right behind me sitting down. Everyone except Marissa Tomei, she wasn't there. I think she was out filming Spider-Man at that point. But the entire cast is sitting right behind me in the theater. The director's right there, right in front of me, talking to me. Jason Blum is standing right in front of me.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, I didn't even know I was at the premiere. I got free tickets to go see the first Purge, and I'm just like, yeah, I want to check this out. This fucking premiere.
That's fucking awesome.
So I've been to a Hollywood premiere without even knowing I was at a Hollywood premiere.
That's what's up, though. What the fuck? And they invited you?
No, it was part of that program.
Oh.
Because you get emails for it, and then you just RSVP, and it's first come, first serve. So, like, you have to get there early if you want to go see these movies. There's a chance you may not enter the theater.
Yeah, no, not worth it.
Yeah, but a lot of the times, like, for us at least, a lot of the times screenings are at the Long Beach Town Center, at the Regal Air. So it's not too bad of a drive.
So old, though. I don't like Regal for being outdated.
I think they added recliners to that one, though.
Okay. It's been a long time since
they have a 40X theater there, I think, now. I've been trying to go to one of those now.
There's one in Bueno Park.
Yeah, the Krikorian.
Yeah.
The Bueno Park Mall.
Yeah. Me and my friend went to see Across the Spider-Verse. It was pretty badass.
In the 4D?
40X, yeah.
How does the seats move and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude,
and they blow wind and...
Imagine how that fucking shit felt during Fast and Furious. You popcorn and shit going everywhere.
Dude, we didn't tell a friend that it was 40X and that the 40X moved. So when the seats started moving, he started panicking. It's like, it's a fucking earthquake. Oh, we lost our shit. We're like, bro, relax. It's the seats moving. He goes, what the fuck you mean the seats move? I go, yeah. You didn't see the advertisement when we came in? He goes, no.
Dude, I've been to that movie theater once, but before it got like the renovated it is today. But yeah, it's I haven't been there since, and I'm gonna go check. They had recliners there too now, don't they?
Well, the 40X doesn't.
I was gonna say it's the 40X, yeah, because it's obvious.
Yeah.
I just sit in a recliner, you're just bouncing around, your feet are up, and just like, yeah, this is great.
Just make sure to eat some of the popcorn before.
For real.
Someone did go flying. I'm like, bitch.
How was it though? Like when he was swinging around, was the seats moving and shit?
Yep.
That's fucking cool.
Even like the drum beats in the beginning.
Yeah.
You're like.
So when you saw the new Spider-Verse movie, did you go like opening weekend, or did you wait a little bit?
I want to say it was like a week after.
I went opening weekend.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard the controversy behind like the first weekend.
No.
So the audio was like super fucking low with all the dialogue when the first weekend came out.
Huh.
Like to the point where like they were playing music and there's people talking and it's supposed to be like background music, but the music was overpowering them talking.
No, I did not experience that.
Especially like Miles. And this wasn't just like a my theater thing. Like this was literally happening nationwide. So literally like a lot of people were complaining about it. They're like, it's a great movie. It's just hard to understand dialogue. So they literally had to go in that fucking weekend. And by next week, they recut the entire film and turned everyone's audio up. That way you can actually fucking hear them more. So the final cut of the movie now is like technically a second release of the film because...
Well, technically there are different versions of the film.
That's what I heard. Like different theaters were showing different things and different scenes.
And even now, the fucking... the release on digital and Blu-ray, they're different.
Fuck.
From what?
So now I got to buy a fucking Blu-ray copy because I already have a digital copy.
Yeah.
What if the Netflix version has something different?
Ah, shit.
I got to watch it again. Shit.
I don't pay attention to that
I was going to say, you got Spider-Verse Pops. So I got the 2099 one. And I think I don't know if I got a Miles Morales one, though.
Yeah, well, let's see when that movie comes out next.
Which one?
The whatever the next one's, the third part. Part 2 of that one.
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Beyond the Spider-Verse, yep.
Shit, them animators got on that shit real quick. They're like, yeah, it's gonna come out next year. Like, motherfucker, we haven't even started it yet. We just have a script. We haven't even started animating, bro. It's gonna be a while till this one comes out. He straight went, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. He goes, because this shit ain't even ready yet.
It's wild there, dude. Bro. Like,
I don't know, dude. It's gonna be a good one. This is supposed to be the last one in the Miles Morales trilogy too.
Yeah, and then he might come to the MCU.
I wonder who they're gonna get to play him.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting cast.
You would have to get someone that I would say roughly would be around 19 to 18, because if they're young enough, if they look young enough, they could still pass by like however Miles is supposed to be.
They might get someone like Tom Holland, where he was like 13, 12. Just so he stays younger longer.
Tom Holland's like 20 something years old now, and he still looks like a kid.
I'm pretty sure they did something.
I think he's like a little bit older than me, or if not at the same age as me. Yeah. Let me look that shit up right now.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, though, I know he's in his fucking 20s and shit. I know that.
No, yeah. But when they first cast him.
He's 27 years old right now.
He's a year younger.
So when they first casted him.
Fuck up.
Which was for Civil War, 2016.
Yeah.
Let's see, and we're in 2023. I don't know basic math. Minus 2016. 7 years ago. So he was 20 years old when he got casted as fucking Spider-Man. And he's done that for 7 years of his life now.
Well, supposedly he's was acting for a while.
Well, no, I know, but Spider-Man has been 7 years of his life. If you think about it. He's currently 27. He started when he was 20. He started in Civil War. And after Civil War, he got Homecoming. And he was in Infinity War and Endgame.
He wasn't that long.
Yeah, but he was the entire end scene. He helped out a bunch.
The end, but the
end of Endgame. That was the only part that mattered, okay?
You're right, but I'm like, it wasn't that much to...
He was at the funeral, which he thought it was a wedding.
Yeah, it's so funny. He fucks up that bad.
Far From Home.
Yep. And then
No Way Home. And then I think that's kind of been it for him right now. Huh?
Yeah.
What I didn't like is he wasn't going to be casted in doing the voice for Freshman Year, the new animated show for Disney Plus. I'm like, how hard is it to cast this motherfucker? He just has to do voice. He doesn't have to do anything physical.
I think worse too much, maybe.
I know he was getting burnt out for a bit. I think he's taking a break from acting right now.
Yeah, he did some music video or a movie.
Oh, he's doing some small stuff to get back into it again?
No, and like people like, what the fuck is this?
It was a Disney, not Disney. It was an Apple TV show, I think. And a lot of people. Yeah,
but there he was trashed on it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm done.
I think the Russos did that with him too.
Shut the fuck up.
A good movie you should check out that he did with the Russos is a movie called Cherry. It's on Apple TV.
Yeah, no.
Or if you could find it somewhere else. But basically, Tom Holland falls in love with this girl, and he expresses his love to her, and then she basically blows him off and tells him, I'm going to fucking Canada to go to an art school. Uh-huh. So then, like, she ends up leaving and shit, and he ends up, like, getting depressed, so he enlists in the army. Now, mind you, around the time of this movie, it's around the time we go to Afghanistan, post 9/11 and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he enlists in the army, and then he's got a date. He's going to go to boot camp. Well, the girl that he liked comes back into town, and she basically goes, oh, I love you and all that stuff. And he goes, why are you telling me this now? Like, I already enrolled in the army. I can't back out of it now. Like, I'm already in. So, like, then he goes through, like, the army and everything, but then he's a combat medic. So he's in combat, and he provides, he does all that. So then he watches, like, a couple of his friends die in combat, and that fucks him up PTSD-wise. So when he comes home, he's all fucked up and everything. But then him and his girlfriend, in order to cope with the pain and the PTSD, they become heroin addicts.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
But it gets even better. This life of crime of them trying to get heroin and stuff, it fucking leads to them robbing banks and shit. So they become fucking bank robbers.
So to a degree, it's like on a true story.
Kinda. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those movies where
goes on a fucked up.
It's good, though. The Russos wrote it, and they directed it. It's so fucking good, though. It was like one of the first projects they did after like kind of moving on from Marvel.
I know what also like could have broken Tom is all those memes of Zendaya on that one trailer.
Yeah. I remember reading a thing though that he was just burnt out. Like he went from literally like Spider-Man to Uncharted to like the other projects and shit, and he just wouldn't be nonstop. And it was like he was getting burnt out for it. And he just wanted to take a little break and shit. A lot of the shit he was doing was physically fucking.
Yeah, doing flips and
all that shit. So
wires ain't easy.
Nah.
Have you heard him when he talks to his brother about it?
Yeah. I think he got his brother to be in one of the Spider-Man movies where he fucking webs him.
No Way Home.
Yeah.
He had him be upside down.
Like, oh, mate, I'm sorry. Like, you could complain all you want. I was like, yeah, I can imagine that's fucking uncomfortable. It's probably a wedgie.
Yeah. An unlimited wedgie. Just hanging upside down for so long.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst fears is like being in a roller coaster stuck just on a loop. Like, fuck that.
I don't ever want to feel that. Fuck that.
The last time I went to Knott's was a former coworker of mine. And we're going on Silver Bullet. It's going up, 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 up. It's about to reach the tip when
just stop.
It just stops. And I'm like, fuck! Like, I don't want to be in this situation. God damn it. Like, but no, it was just because someone had their phone out.
God.
So they had the workers go up, tell the people, hey, don't use your phone. God. Wait till they put it back, come back down, restart the ride. We're like, what the fuck?
Dude,
at that point, let them lose their phone. Who gives a shit?
It's funny, like a few weeks ago, I think it was like November 10th or something. We finally got tickets to go to a haunt in Pasadena. We've been trying, or not Pasadena, Pomona, that we've been trying to go to for a while. I've been trying to go to for some time, called Delusion.
Okay.
It's put on by 13th Floor, the same people, same company put on Queen Mary, Shacktoberfest, and Los Angeles Haunted Hayride. And so we go to do the experience, right? And everything. So we're in the experience. We're making our way to like the main house where most of the experience is going to take place. And we're in the main house. We're doing this whole thing, and then it's very interactive. So like they basically pull you to be part of the show, you know, and stuff. So there was one scene where they pulled a guest to go on a gurney, and basically your job was to play dead and rescue this girl from this like evil doctor and shit, right? Okay. So they were like, who wants to volunteer to do it? I was like, looking back at it, I should have been the one that volunteered to do it because I would have played by the rules and shit. Okay. But this one girl who was already fucked up, drunk, she offered to do it. Her boyfriend, who was not as drunk, but he could tell he was more controlling of it. Okay. Literally said, this is a bad idea. She's not going to listen to a word you say. Choose somebody else.
Come on. At that point, it's your fault. Like,
and they still went with the girl.
Dumbass.
He's trying to tell, the guy who's the actor is trying to tell her what to fucking do and what she has to do and stuff. And then you just hear her boyfriend go, you realize she didn't hear any of that, right? And so, okay, it's like, all right, it's showtime. He's coming back. We got to get back outside. You play dead, and then you got to go save the girl. So we go outside of the fucking patio or the porch area. And we look so like the way it's positioned is like we're outside in like this balcony patio area. The first two windows are like the kitchen. Okay. The second two windows are like the dining room. And that's where the girl is at. And that's where she's getting gurneyed in. So the guy comes out from the kitchen, grabs her on the gurney, and takes her back into the dining room. From there, he parks the gurney by the window where we're standing and looking. And he starts fucking with the other girl. Well, this fucking bitch starts moving, dude, in the gurney. And she fucking starts like, and then so he comes over here. He's playing the role, you know. He comes over and looks. She jumps out of the gurney. She's not supposed to do this. She jumps out of the gurney, attacks him. Not hard or anything, but like kind of attacking him. Grabs the fucking girl and runs out of the room, right? Right then and there, I knew for a fact, she was gonna get fucking kicked out because right before our entire tour started, literally the hostess in the front literally said, if you guys are being wild or anything, we will stop the show and we will escort you out. And she was specifically talking to them, So mind you, we're leaving. We're going into the next room, right? We're all like, everything's good and stuff. And then all of a sudden it just gets quiet, right? And like one of the guys who works there, because he's wearing a Delusion shirt, comes in with an earpiece on. And I'm like, right then and there, I knew from the beginning, I was like, she's going to get kicked out. It's that simple. Okay. And so fucking the guy starts asking her, he goes, so what happened? What did you say to him? And so she's like, I didn't say nothing. Like, and she was clearly talking to him and shit. She's like, he started talking to me, and then I don't know, I didn't say nothing. I'm like, we saw you talking though. Like, what did you say to him and shit? And so I guess the entire time she was supposed to play dead. Even the guy was like, you were just supposed to play dead. Like, you weren't supposed to say anything. You weren't supposed to move until like they told you to. Mm-hmm. And so like, I guess what had happened was, like, I guess she said something to him and then she attacked him and shit. So they pretty much told like one of the executives came in and she was like, oh, you have to come with me. We're going to have to escort you out of here. What funny part was like, so they try to restart the experience. And then the boyfriend goes, I think I got to go with her. And she goes, oh, you want to leave too? And he goes, I don't want to leave, but she's my girlfriend. So I kind of have to. And you could tell he was pissed because he wanted to do it. And she fucked it up for him. And so basically what happens is like so then he leaves and then the rest of our group were there and shit, right? And so all of a sudden fucking so they restart the experience and shit, but then like we're all sitting there like it's all fucking awkward and shit. Like they're trying to re-immerse us back into this thing and I'm just like, yeah, you can't really re-immerse me when I just saw you guys fucking talk to management about fucking an attack, like, and then you come back into character. Like I'm
like, you can't fake an assault and then be like, okay, there's a murder.
It's like I can't. I'll eventually snap into it, but I can't do it right now. So
it's wild.
Fuck, it's already 4:10 in the morning.
Shut the fuck up. Well, holy shit!
I think it's time we.
That is definitely an end.
We'll do a part 2 soon.
For sure, most
because I'm gonna want to come back here.
We'll see if either Sammy or
I can get Rob down here for sure. Maybe Sammy, I have to see when he comes down. I think he's gonna be coming down
for Christmas.
He might be coming down. I think for his birthday, which is coming up in January, February, and he wants to go to. I think he's doing a Disneyland 5K or something.
Oh damn!
And so he wants to go to Disneyland for his birthday.
Sam.
So I gotta get the dates for that. So
there we go.
Get some tickets.
Sammy, Rob, all seats will be filled. Hell yeah, let's go. All right. Well, there was never, ever a full introduction. This was Anthony from the Nights of Horror. Go ahead and plug yourself.
Yeah, Nights of Horror. We kind of went on a tangent, just talked about everything. That's why.
Yeah.
You can follow us on the Nights of Horror on YouTube, Nights of Horror on X, at the Nights of Horror on TikTok, Instagram. I think that's all of our social medias. I don't know anything else that I can think of.
Live streaming?
We live stream on YouTube now, so you can just subscribe to the channel, and we live stream. We'll live stream at least once a week. Next week, I think we're doing, I don't know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 again. Zombies.
On Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
Usually it's been Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It might change. Tuesdays is usually a for sure slot. Wednesdays was kind of just a bonus. Next week it's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday again too, so... I did not realize it was fucking 4:11 in the morning though. Holy shit.
Seriously, what the
time flew when you
Time flew, and we did 2 podcasts. One was him on Shoot the Shit, and now here on the Pebles Infinity podcast. This is crazy.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's been an honor.
That was a great catching up with you, man.
Inaugural first episode.
Yes, sir.
Honor.
Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to Anthony at the Nights of Horror, and subscribe here, and yeah, we'll see you guys all in the next video.
Pebles Infinity.
Laters.